Nature's beauty. The Botanical Garden. The Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose Indian Botanical Garden, better known as Botanical Garden of India, is spanning a total area of 273 acres. That is located in Sipur, which is in Howrah, a few miles away from Kolkata. The garden was established by the British East India Company in the year of 1787. On that time, the garden was known as Company Garden because that garden was built by the British East India Company. But now, the garden is known as Indian Botanical Garden. Nowadays, the garden is under maintenance of Botanical Survey of India, commonly known as BSI, of Ministry of Environment and Forest Department of Government of India. In the era where one can see everywhere plastics, the garden has a very tight security about the plastics, polythene, and all the plastic materials. So that's why the garden is no plastic zone and no one can carry any plastic bags here. Today, the vibrant garden is considered to be one of the most stunning landscape gardens in the entire country, with undulating land topographies and artificial lakes. It is a pure delight for nature lovers to visit this area to spend some quiet and peaceful time in the lap of the nature at the garden. The Indian Botanical Garden was designated the Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose, a famous Indian botanic garden, on June 25, 2009, in the honor of Jagdish Chandra Bose, the Bengali polymath and a nature scientist. Today, the vibrant garden is considered to be one of the most stunning landscape gardens in the entire country, with undulating land topographies and artificial lakes. It is a pure delight for nature lovers to visit this area to spend some quiet and peaceful time in the lap of the nature at the garden. The tree is a Guinness World Record holder because the tree is more than 250 years old. Banyan tree with the 3,616 top roots, which is spreads across 1.6 hectares, and no one can find that how deeply the roots are. The garden has lots of beautiful monuments, but still one monument which attracts all the nature lovers. Yeah, that is the Rosberg Monument, which is built in the memory of the famous Scottish surgeon and the botanist William Rosberg. The botanical garden is the house of not just the trees, but it is also the house of large number of species, including birds, reptiles, Indian fox, jackal, mongoose, and a large number of variety snakes are also found in the garden. You can see animals all over the Botanical Garden of India. That's why it is called the Great Botanical Garden. Once, when you visited the garden, no one wants to leave the garden. The nature's beauty, the nature's music, the greenery which is spitted all over the garden. But there are some protocols that one should be followed. The gates are closed at 5:30. So before that, we need to leave the garden. We need to leave the nature's beauty. Save the nature as we have no other place to live.